but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. Going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet, hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up, you can have it all. Watch me rip it off, I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella loved. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging me, go and come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right, it feels right.
take the night in. Welcome, my heart's so full, I'm devoting myself to the night. There's no motive, we're just listening, we're existing. We stay when the music plays, let us drop below and the people sway.
A little bit of light, a little bit of gold. Under pressure, you start to fold like a diamond from gold. Maybe you are something I cannot define. Maybe you are the fallen kind. I leave them with violence, the silent side of me. We see where fire starts to breathe. When I would lay in silence, the voice inside of me made me use my mind right. Made me use my mind right.
We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit.
Turn toward me and look so weak. I've never seen you with such tired eyes.
Welcome back to the CRL West Six Man's Summer League. My name is Fiat Color. I'm here joined by my co-caster, Saxakirky. Sax, it's so good to have you here. How have you been?
I've been doing really good. Done a lot of stuff over, got a new monitor, and I'm super happy to be casting the CRL West Six Man Summer League. We got a lot of exciting teams, and I'm really excited to see how these teams play out.
Yeah, we are officially in the full swing. If you're not 100% sure, we are actually starting off with a Swiss stage with 3 rounds that then goes into a double elim bracket. Our first matchup here, Glorp Feet versus a Hospice. I cannot keep a straight face every time I say that name. But yeah, really exciting matchup. Very close contention teams. So expecting to see a great game here.
This is definitely going to be a really nice one. For Glorp Feet, we got Krim, Comfy, and Ricer. Hospice, we got Kappa, Bava, and Pixel. I don't know unfortunately, I do not know anything about any of these players, Sophia. You're going to have to educate me on all of them.
Yeah, Hospice, we got Kappa, Bava, and Pixel skills. Bava is one of the moderators here in the 6-man server, and also a very highly skilled player, I think like 1700. Pixel skills and Kappa have also been very good supporting players as well. On Glorp Feet, we got Krim, Comfy, and Ricer. Comfy, you might know him as CMF. I believe he was the Summer League winner last year, although do correct me if I'm wrong. But definitely a matchup of 2 of the, veteran players of the server with some of the newcomers as well. So definitely an interesting matchup. I'm not sure if either team has an advantage, to be quite honest, but I'm also I've been a little bit out of the loop, I'll be quite honest with you, a little bit out. But both of these teams were able to make it to the Swiss stage. I believe this is Seed 5 versus Seed 12. So Glorp Feet will have a little bit of an advantage there. But yeah, Scott, I do want to ask though, since we are going into like a Swiss stage, which is very different from any like single elim, double elim bracket that we typically see in Rocket League, what do you expect these teams' mindsets to be exactly as they're going into this kind of different playoff format?
If I had to guess what the mentality is for the 2 teams, I would probably say it's going to be a lot more relaxed. Swiss stage, you're allowed to mess up, but as the Swiss stage goes on, you have less room for mistakes. So I think we might see teams playing a little bit more conservatively rather than aggressively, just because then if they lose, they're not entirely out.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really just going to be kind of like what we saw a few weeks ago with teams as we were wrapping up the regular season. Just kind of trying to feel out their opponents in that first 1 or 2 games, and then really putting it into high gear as you get into those game 3, game 4 situations. Especially because these teams have played a lot of games this regular season. I think it's been about 15, 16 games for the most part. So definitely going to be interesting here to see what they've learned throughout the regular season and what they've improved upon generally throughout their time in Rocket League. And I know some teams have been trying to get a few scrims, but I don't think we've seen many scrims coming out from a lot of the teams. So definitely an opportunity for both teams to create a unique strategy and a unique approach to this Swiss round.
Absolutely, as unfortunately it looks like my webcam has gone black. I will be fixing that as soon as possible. But yeah, I am super excited to see how these teams shape out and how they fare in this round 1 of the CRL Swiss stage.
Yeah, looks like we are getting a few teams in here. Still waiting on, I think, just one player right now. But yeah, we've seen a lot of, I guess you could call it upsets here, just within this regular season. One of my heavy hitters, a team called We Do Not Care, right? You got Super Big Steve, Maiko, love Steve there. Huge shout out to him. But you know, they didn't perform as well. I think they were about 10-8 this season when I was looking at the regular season standings there. So something that I really did think was going to happen is just like a lot more upsets here in the Swiss stage as well. So hoping to see how these teams are really going to adapt to this new playoff format for them. We haven't seen a Swiss stage in the Summer League before. Looks like we do have all the teams ready here, so they should be joining soon. But yeah, Scott, any last thoughts before we start getting into it?
I'm just gonna do my prediction. I kind of very briefly glanced over the two teams. I believe it was Glorpfeet and Hospice. I'm going to have to go with Glorp in 5.
Glorp in 5. Okay. I think, you know what, I respect that decision. I think it's going to be a really close matchup as well, especially just because this is one of the earlier Swiss matches, and they know that they won't be out if they lose. So definitely a lot of opportunities to make a few mistakes. But we are getting into game number 1. A little bit crazy and Comfy going to be able to get that first goal here for Glorpfeet. A bit of a misplay here. Pixel Skills wanted a shadow, thought Comfy had a little bit more momentum going upwards. But first goal coming out for Glorpfeet here, and a pretty solid introduction to kind of the aspects that we were talking about earlier with these game ones, just trying to get a feel for that opponent's team and, you know, just making them a little bit awkward in that beginning game.
Absolutely, as both teams still trying to figure it out. Glorpfeet was able to get that first strike over here. They really now control the pace, as game 1 is probably one of the most important games in a best of 5. You set the tone very, very early, and you control the series very early as well. As that's a save coming out from Bob, a double demo coming out, and now it is going to be in the blue half. Comfy trying to get it clear. Is he able to get another one? No. Now it's up to Zooted. Can he get past one? Gets it up on the wall. Back out. Now it comes down off crossbars. Comfy there. Yes. And a save coming out. Really good defense coming out from Hospice.
Yeah, definitely a lot of control of the midfield for Hospice here, and feeling much more comfortable on defense. That first goal, probably more of a fluke, but as I say that, Cap just hits it over his own teammate's head, and Reiser is able to get a great shot on net here, just able to realize that bit of an awkward position. Pixel also a little bit low on boost, just didn't think that that defensive play was really going to really turned out how it was. So a 2-goal lead here for Glorpfeet. Nothing too fancy coming out from them, but definitely a strong start.
Absolutely. They're not playing fancy at all. They definitely are a good team, not a pretty team, as they're just taking their time. They're just saying, hey, let's just control the pace. Let's not go for anything flashy, and let's just make sure we score. As that's off the crossbar, and Reiser is there to make it 3, getting all of Hospice on their heels, and just looked like a mistake from Baba, and it looks like a takeout of one of the Hospice players. And all of a sudden, Hospice staring down the barrel of 3-0 with 3 minutes in this game number 1.
An insane pinch there from Eb, or I believe that was Eb there. He pinched it almost off the sidebar to bounce off the other end, and it was just a free center. Such a hard read to make if you're on defense. Here's a little bit of pressure here, though, coming out from Hospice. Pixel Skills not been able to make contact. A little bit of a mechanical error, a lot of mechanical errors coming out from Pixel Skills. Might be the nerves, might just not have been prepared for this offensive mastermind coming out. And as I say that, Bava, good open net, great outplays coming out from here. Honestly, not 100% sure exactly how that conspired. Eb just wasn't able to get a 50, but 1 goal is all you need to change the momentum in Rocket League here. And now a 2-goal lead here still for Glorpfeet, dwindling down as we see it.
Absolutely. Bava was just able to take control over that. I believe it was Zooted who thought he had time, but then Bava just went up and struck. As right now we see Hospice just trying to keep that pressure over here, trying to just get something going here. It gets past 1, and Bava's there for number 2. And in the span of about 40 seconds, it became from a 3-0 game to a 3-2 game, much more manageable going into this second half of game 1.
Yeah, there's that confidence that you want to see here from Hospice, just taking those 50s on the blue side and not letting them get clears towards the midfield, right? So getting all of that down is going to be important here, and keeping this momentum going in to get that goal halfway through this game is also going to be important. A little bit of a passing play. Bava not able to make contact here, but Cap has the open net anyway. It's going to spill out mid, and we have a tie game here immediately. Shots being fired from both sides. And Comfy just not able to make contact, predicted that first man to clear it out to that right side wall first. And now, like I said, a tie game here. Anybody's game in game number 1.
Yeah, you absolutely just took the words out of my mouth. It looks like one of the Hospice players was trying to clear it out and was expecting one of the Glorfy players to clear it out and was expecting a Hospice clear, but that just never happened. It was Cap with the open net. And that one is just off, and that one somehow goes in. That looked like it might have been an own goal, and Comfy able to reestablish the lead.
Not sure what happened. Pixel was really awkward, and Cap tried to read a shot, even though Comfy just kind of rolls it up the wall, ending up in that own goal. Unfortunate mishap here coming out from Hospice, but they've shown that they can bring back from those leads right now. And here's a little bit of an airplay coming out from Comfy. This is nearly open, not able to make contact. Ebb gets 50 by Bava, who makes an amazing save here. Reiser now up in the air, and another open net here, bounces in, and Ebb takes a second goal here. Second goal lead for Hospice. Sorry, choking a little bit on my words there. But yeah, nobody on boost, nobody back for the shots. It seems like they just started panicking a little.
Yeah, it absolutely looked like they were trying to panic a little bit. Glorfy still making sure that they are a good team, not a pretty team. As you can see, but majority of their goals have just been from the Hospice mistakes, as they're just taking their time with it. They're not in any rush, and they're just able to maintain the pressure this entire time. And they already have 5 on Hospice with about 90 seconds left.
Yeah, here's a little possession. Cap gonna get a pass to Pixel and nearly in, but Ebb makes an amazing save, fighting off from that bump here too. A little bit of a counterplay. Reiser with a great 50, and Bava now trying to get back into a better position for defense. Everybody nearly on 0 boost here for Hospice. Been a bit of an issue you've seen here in game 1. Definitely something they'll need to fix going into game number 2 here. And Reiser just gonna take a quick chip shot at the net. Is going to be saved though, and now Ebb in the air trying to do a little bit of something. Here's one fake coming out, and the pitch around, not able to get the shot on net though. That bounce off the sidebar, just a little bit too awkward. But they didn't really need to score it. This 2-goal lead is feeling pretty safe so far. A little bit of a fake out from Bava there to Ebb. And here's a pass to Reiser. Ebb not able to get contact with it either, and a double commit here coming out from Hospice, not going to give them the pressure that they wanted or needed here. Cap going to be able to pick it up, a little bit of a heavy touch, takes that 50 here in the mid, floating high. Bava gets a good beat off the backboard, nobody there, and a bump coming out, but Ebb able to make contact, and that should be the ball game right there. 3-goal lead in 17 seconds. Not impossible, but definitely difficult.
I don't think they're gonna do it. I've never seen a, I'm sorry Hospice, I don't think it's possible. I've never seen a 3-goal comeback in 17 seconds before. But I think right now the motive of this game was for Hospice to just manage control, because I felt like they were on their back heel the entire time.
Yeah, but here's one goal coming out. Pixel Skills almost able to get the open at, opts for the pass instead, or we'll say that he opts there. Looks like just a bit of an unfortunate miss on the shot. But 2 goals in 10 seconds, not impossible. Bava gets this side boost, but gets bumped off of there. That was going to be an essential play that they needed. Cap does take it into the air, but it is going to waste a little bit too much time. And there it is. Glorfy going to be able to take game number 1 here as Ebb tries to style on him. Ball is still up in the air. Maybe we might see a last-second goal. Bava doesn't want to have any of it, puts it in the corner, and it's finally killed. Glorfy take game 1 in a quite dominant fashion, might I say.
Absolutely. As it looks like we're going to be switching over from West to Central, as all the teams over here. Unfortunately, I do not have any of the stat sheets on here, unfortunately. But yeah, Glorphy, a very dominating game one.
Yeah, definitely dominant here. I mean, I think they really were just more composed at the end of the day. They were taking, a little bit more comfortable 50s in the midfield. They were able to get a lot more shots towards the net on Hospice's end. And credit where credit is due, Hospice did make a valiant effort to make that comeback. It does look like they were able to adapt mid-game to what their mistakes were. But going into game number 2, definitely boost management is going to be a focus for Hospice there, as well as just some more confidence. We did see some of those mechanical errors coming out from some of the players, and that really just boils down to the confidence of believing in your teammates to be in the right spot and believing in yourself to be able to make those crucial first and last touches.
Absolutely. As I felt as like kind of going into what you said, I felt like that Glorphy just wasn't able to, or sorry, Hospice wasn't really able to get that first touch and really get the momentum going. I believe the majority of their goals came off of quick counters. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it just didn't feel like that Hospice had the momentum going in through it the entire time.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we get this new lobby set up here on Central servers, you really also have to think about kind of what their long-term plan is going to be for the Swiss bracket, right? Because it's very likely that you can see these teams that you're competing against going on into the double Evelyn bracket here. So definitely a possibility. However, I think one of the most interesting feats of Glorp feat, especially having Ebb as one of their top talent, it's just going to be how those solo plays are going to pan out. We didn't see too many solo plays. It was really just a lot of centers, a lot of mechanical mistakes. And, I gotta pause this match there as we're still getting everybody in here. But yeah, you want to see a little bit more solo plays coming out, especially from a lot of these heavy hitters from Bava on Glorpfeed and or not on Glorpfeed, on Hospice, and from Ebb on Glorpfeed, of course.
Absolutely. Going into this game number 2, I think if I were Hospice, I think my big concern would be pressure. Because I didn't feel like that Hospice had the amount of pressure needed to win that. It felt all Glorpfeed the entire time. Granted, they did pull off a little bit of a mini comeback in that first half, but then after that, Hospice just wasn't able to keep up.
Yeah, definitely, and looks like we should be starting here in just a moment. But yeah, I think the most important thing for both of these teams and for all the teams going into playoffs to keep in mind here is that there are going to be second chances. It doesn't mean that you necessarily should allow for your team to have to rely on that second chance, but mistakes aren't going to end your playoff run, and there's still going to be a lot more time to be able to earn a share of that prize pool going forward. So yeah, looks like we should have all the teams here, so let's go ahead and unpause that match. But yeah, game number 2, Glorpfeed versus Hospice here. Glorpfeed obviously up 1-0 from that dominant matchup. And here's Comfy off the solo play. Flip reset, gonna try to get it mid. Unfortunate second touch. Reiser is still gonna be able to get the shot, and Comfy gets it on a crucial demo here, and immediately firing on all cylinders. That motivation has not ended. Glorpfeed up by 1.
Absolutely, this was an amazing bump coming out from Glorpy. Unfortunately, I was not able to see who it is, but this is definitely the Glorpy that we know, and can just go very at you and just very, like, I don't know how else to describe it. Just they're very in your face. Looks like in this game number 2.
Ooh, close one. Coming out here from Bava off of that rebound there. And like I said, we are seeing those solo plays come out. You saw Cap trying to go for kind of a flip reset on the ground here, and now they're trying to revert back to those solo plays. Here's a pass mid. It's going to be a bit too awkward for Cap to get to, and now Ebb's going to be able to get a pop around one defender, has nearly an open net. Bava makes a crucial save, and all three commit there on the defense, but it was necessarily needed here. And now a good shot coming out and a good counterattack from Hospice. Pixel Skills is going to pick up that tying goal.
There was also a wonderful pass from Bava, just able to put it away from Reiser, who was the last defender. Definitely a really good passing play, and I think that might just be the key to knocking off Glorpfeed.
definitely. Here's Bava in the air. Talked a little bit about him earlier. You want to see some of his mechanical abilities start to show. And I think it really is just a game of getting comfortable here in this game number 2 of how Warpfeed are really approaching defense, because they're playing it very slow and they're trying to take a little bit more possession. They're comfortable taking 50s even if they aren't going in their way, and that's something that I don't think Hospice has necessarily adapted to yet, or taken advantage of, which you definitely can in this type of situation here. They are keeping up a lot of pressure here. Here's a pass mid. Cap's gonna take the shot. Ebb able to get a crucial save right there. Demo's coming out on this side as well. Comfy a little bit low on boost, and now Reister needs to take it a little bit slow. Puts it in the corner here. Pixel skills. Great outplay. Pass mid. Cap needs to get that shot. 2 defenders go. Bava commits too early. Doesn't matter though. Pixel skills gonna be able to pick up that shot. A beautiful team play, and that pressure was so quick on how they were able to mount. Like, no time for the defense to recover after that first mistake.
Absolutely. Just constant pressure. It was also very quick as well. Just wasn't able to react. Just kind of like you said. Also, what a shot from Pixel. Just able to put it low, right below the player from backboard. Here's another shot coming out from Pixel, and now this is turning into a pure Hospice game.
There we go. Nothing hospitable about how they're approaching the field. 2-goal lead coming from Hospice here off the back of Pixel Skills, who has just been playing very remarkable. You know, you saw he was a bit awkward in game 1, right? He made that early whiff that gave them that goal in game 1. What a pinch, by the way. But Pixel Skills is really just locking in right now, and that's exactly what you needed. Making crucial touches on the defense, even there. That's an awkward touch off the backboard with 0 boost, but he places it perfect. And now Bava able to get a save. Warpfeed still has the pressure here. Reister opts to not take a hit, sees Cap in the air, who's going to clear that out. Comfy, a bit of an awkward play, but does give Ebb the boost and the ball here. Gonna try to take it across the field. Gonna play Bava's 50 and does get it advantageous towards the blue side. Reister now gonna try to get it around, and that is floating around. Ebb has to go in and cut in for that save there. Nearly consequential. 3-goal lead, especially with half the game gone, would have been devastating here for Glorpfeed.
Yeah, Glorpy cannot afford for another Hospice goal. You're already down 2, and if you go down 3, especially with in this second half, it becomes more and more unsustainable. And and as I say that, Bava makes my words become reality, and all of a sudden this is now a 3-goal game.
Oh, what a beautiful touch right there. Oh my goodness, from Cap. I mean, that light touch to outplace Comfy right there was just beautiful, because he knew that Bava could only shoot back corner because that's the only place that was open. Any other path is going to be easily saved and probably cleared. But a little bit of a miss coming out here. Pixel Skills is able to recover in time. Nearly a bit scary here for Hospice. Outplay coming out from Bava. Doesn't get the flick he needed, but does outplay one defender. Ebb now in the air, trying to pass it off, but the second man goes for the bump instead. Reister now, gonna pass this to the corner. Comfy is up off the backboard. Anybody there? No. Comfy not able to score that double tap. Cap a little bit low on boost, just gonna take this a bit slow. Looking for that 50 on the side. Not able to get it. Pixel Skills also coming in, gets a bump instead. And now Ebb, a little bit of possession here and a bit of pressure up in the air. Gonna go for the flip reset. Actually gets it around one. Off the crossbar though, not able to put it on net. Probably thinking that a second man there would have been there for the shot.
Yeah, this has definitely been a little bit more back and forth than the last time. Definitely more misses coming out. That double coming out from Glorpy we just saw earlier. But right now it's Glorpy on the pressure. That might have been a mistake. Gets it over there, but no, unfortunately no one is mid. Now it's back over to Bava. Is he able to get anything going down as well? Now it's Comfy. Clears it out. Now it's back over to Reiser. Now it's over there to Cap. He's not able to get the second touch, and now here's Comfy trying to get over there. Both of them with no boost. And now it's Ebb, who's immediately met by Pixel. This is just both trying to establish a consistent pressure right now, and whoever gets that will likely score. Unless it's over here, and that's a quick shot coming out from Ebb, and Cap just wasn't expecting it, and all of a sudden this is a 2-goal game.
Yeah, Cap didn't expect that Comfy was 0 boost, so he goes for the squishy there, which was a mistake, and he was so close to getting it too, nearly just a few pixels off there. And 2-goal game, like you said, 20 seconds, definitely not impossible, but a kickoff goal is needed for Glorfeet. Comfy is going to be able to take it, needs the corner here, and Cap is going to be up early. Reicher now a bit awkward. Tries to pass it to Eb, who puts it off the backboard, and Reicher needs to put that shot on net, and he does! Nearly the comeback might be coming out here from Glorfeet, but anybody could do it, it's going to be them.
I'm hoping they do it. I want to see the 10-second comeback. It's definitely possible for them to do it, and it just has to depend on what this kickoff goes.
Good kickoff here, coming out from Blue. That delay, and it's going to be rolling up the wall. Comfy doesn't need to get it center, but hits it a bit too fast. Now Pixel Skills has possession. 50 coming out. Can Eb get to it? Yes, he is. He needs the skim right here, right now. He's not going to be able to get it, and Hospice are going to be able to take game 1 and tie us up in the series.
By a hair. He looked like he had it just for a split second, but unfortunately it was one of the Hospice players who was able to get it in. A lot of defensive stops coming out from Glorfeet. 7 saves for them, and unfortunately it just wasn't enough as too much pressure coming out from Hospice. It looked like they had about 12 shots too. So overall, Glorfeet just was on the back end the entire time.
Yeah, and credit where credit is due. Glorfeet did make it close in that last minute or so. A 1-goal game is nothing to be ashamed of, and they know, or at least they are getting comfortable to know how exactly Hospice is going to be approaching those passing plays. Obviously, I'm thinking they're going to see a lot more pressure in the corners there. They're not going to allow that free, basically dribble off that sidewall for that pass, which is a lot of what we saw in that game number 2 coming out from Hospice. And, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Hospice did make a good play, especially, with their team incorporating that second man into that play and allowing all 3 players to sustain pressure on that blue side. So definitely going into game number 3, still anybody's series here, but expecting to see a little bit more pressure, a little bit more of a faster pace coming out from Glorfeet.
Definitely, Hospice was able to tie it up, and now all of a sudden the momentum is still technically in a little bit of Hospice, but right now it's still anyone's game. As that could have been a very deadly attack from Hospice, as now Hospice is just trying to kind of looks like regroup a bit, and now it's Glorfeet just trying to get over as quickly as possible. 2 of them were playing as the third man. That proves to be a mistake. As now Comfy able to clear it out, and now it's another one. Eb shoots it wide, and it's met by Pixel, taking his time. Musty past to Bava. Now is Bava able to get something? No, met by Comfy. Now it's Eb, met immediately by Pixel. Still in that midfield, still both teams absolutely fighting for it.
Absolutely there. Here's a good shot. Comfy doesn't have enough boost to get it, actually. And Pixel Skills gets a very easy open net off of a little bit of a misplay from Eb. Not exactly sure what he was going for. I'm sure that he expected Comfy to get at least a skim to the right side, but just not enough boost there. And Hospice coming out strong again for game number 3. Game number 3? Yeah, we're on game number 3. I can totally count here. Cap keeping up some pressure here in the corner, and a bunch of demos coming out. Eb able to get one. Rice just trying to roll it down the field, but met by Pixel Skills there. And Bava with a good clear, but Eb's going to be able to pick this up. Bava still gets in the way of it, though. His reads have been on point in this game, especially both on CMF and on Eb. He's been kind of Hospice's, solid rock for defense here. And you could just see that his experience, his veteranism, is just really coming out in these crucial moments.
Absolutely, as you always want to have that veteran presence on your team, someone with the experience, someone to essentially guide the boat. As right now, pressure from Hospice, they're able to counter it very easily. Cap is up, is he able to meet it? Yes, gets demoed, and Zuda just able to play it to the other corner right now. Both teams still trying to compete for that pressure, as this feels very much back and forth.
It's still a pressure here for Hospice, but low boost. Good flick from Pixel Skills, but it is going to be able to be cleared by Eb. Cap does want to try to keep this in, but Reiser is going to be able to get a good touch with full boost here. Now, Bit of pressure here on the orange side. A good pinch. Not exactly what Eb expected. Does pick up that mid boost, and now just going to play it slow. Trying to outplay Bava here, but Bava has been solid as iron here on both defense and offense. Good bump coming out from Pixel Skills. Cap not going to be able to keep it, though. 0 boost here. Bava just going to clear it downfield. Trying to play a little bit of time here. Almost half the game done. Only a 1-goal game. Much closer than what we saw these past 2 games here. Good shot from Cap. Reiser able to get in front of it just in time. Bava not able to get a good pass, but actually the bumps are coming out here from Hospice's team. Now Pixel Skills trying to find a good skim, not able to get it. Comfy going to be able to find it in the air here.
Yeah, both teams just trying to able to break through the other ones. Question now of who blinks first. And right now, looks like Comfy trying to get it over. Cap immediately just trying to make sure nothing comes of it. Pixel with the low boost. That was a whip, but Cap is able to clean it up as Pixel is able to clean it back over to the blue half. Over Bava, and this might prove to be a mistake. There's only one back. Shoots it top right, off the crossbar! And it's back over on the blue half after the quick counterattack. Doinked back into the blue half.
So unfortunate. He did everything right, and it was just so close to being on right there. And the picture is outside. Reiser able to get a amazing 50 with the defender here. I'm not even sure how exactly that happened. Just Pixel just overcommits just a little bit too much, goes a bit too fast, too much sauce right there. Tie game, 1:30 left on the clock. Seeming like overtime is an inevitability, but here's a decent kickoff for Eb. Gonna be able to pick up the boost and the ball off the ceiling. Tries to get it around 1, does get it around Bava, and now that's gonna be high off the backboard. Pixel Skills, an amazing touch here. Tries to get a second one, not able to get a Cap. A bit awkward, but does find the 50 there, and now Bava on a counterattack of his own. Needs to get it around Comfy, not able to get it though here. And Pixel Skills gonna try to come in and keep that pressure, and just an amazing, like, oh, that's not rolling. Oh my god.
Almost was rolling in. That bump also might have also gotten the goal from Hospice. As looks like another counterattack. Comfy's there with no boost. As now both sides is trying to break first, trying to prevent this overtime. That's a clear coming out off the backboard. Playing corner ball right now, not going as Hospice would want it to. And now it's just Hospice playing corner ball, trying to find that opening. But unfortunately, that opening never came. It's now back to Bava. Is he able to get anything going? 2 Hospice players miss. That might be a shot, but that's just wide to the left.
That was a close call there for Hospice. I mean, I expected at least Cap to be able to get a 50 with somebody in the air, but you know, Gorfeet just able to recognize nobody's up for this ball. We could just take it slow, and even though it doesn't go in, that is definitely an important play for them to make. Here's a little bit of a last-second effort here coming out. Reiser does try to get a bang. It's going to be slid up the sidewall. Comfy tries to get a touch, and Bava's going to kill it. Overtime here in game number 3. Game number 3. There we go. It took me a little bit. Bava here on the pressure, trying to get it past the Pixel Skills, who's going to be off the sidewall. Maybe the pinch, it's just a little bit slow, and now Eb has a little bit of a play of his own. He's been trying to do so much on offense. It feels like he's been the only one able to make a solo play. We haven't seen too much from Reiser or Comfy on that end, but here comes Comfy trying to get that shot off the backboard. Eb just gets immediately challenged. They are not giving any space towards this guy.
Yeah, really trying to play lockdown defense on him, just trying to make sure that he wasn't able to get it, because they know how much of a solo play it is, and that one was very close for Hospice. Could have proved to be incredibly costly, as now Hospice just able to get that pressure after that mistake. Now it's over there. Comfy's able to get anything, flicks it over 1. There's a 1v1 left. Gets it past Cap, and that is in! Comfy able to do it single-handedly past Bava, flicked over that looked like it would have been Pixel, and Cap just not able to get it as it snuck right by him. And Glorpfeet with a magnificent Game 3 overtime performance.
Did you see that wave dash catch from Comfy right there? That was peak. That was like so amazing. I have no words for it. What an amazing play. And like I said, we didn't see a lot of the solo plays coming out from Reiser or Comfy, but when they needed to, they came out firing on all cylinders. And 2-1 lead here for Glorpfeet on match point here right now, and I gotta say, Scott, this has been a pretty close matchup for both teams. Each teams have had a lot of good opportunities. They've had a lot of good stops, but right now, Glorpfeed is just looking a tiny bit better when it comes to taking advantage of those offensive opportunities.
Absolutely, as this was a very deadlock game. We saw that overtime, and it was just a matter of who was going to blink first in that overtime. And the answer was Hospice. I forget who scored that overtime goal. I believe it was Comfy.
Yep.
But it was just a magnificent performance coming out from Comfy. Just able to really put it in, able to get the entire team over there, and that goal will probably be in a highlight reel somewhere.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be at our end of year montage, though. Make sure to look out for that. We'll have some more info coming out. But for now, game number 4, Glorpfeed versus Hospice. Glorpfeed on match point right now. Here's a little bit of a kickoff here coming out from Baba. Gonna try to take it over 1. Double commit coming out from the defense. Ricer tries to get it clear to the left side, but Cap's going to be able to pick it up. Pixel Skills needs a shot. Way too much power there. Not enough boost to be able to control it either. Ebb tries to get around 1. Does get around Bava. Not able to keep the ball. Pixel Skills is going to pick this up. Tries to get a pass mid. Comfy able to get a decent clear. A little bit around Cap. He's going to be able to take it in his own corner.
Yeah, but right now it looks like it's just Glorpfeed trying to put them away, as that is a huge clear for Hospice. Now it's up to Comfy. Is he able to get anything? Now it's up to Zooted. Is he able to get anything? Looks like a bump is going to be coming out, and the fake is over, and it's unfortunately off the crossbar. Unfortunate for Glorpfeed trying to set the tone in this game number 4 after that magnificent overtime. Now it's over there to Pixel. Is he able to get it past 1? It gets demoed. Now it's up to Cap. They have to get over there. Now it's over to, looks like Cap again after getting demoed. Now it's over there. Rice is able to stop it. Baba's over there trying to get something going, trying to get it middle, to get them on their heels. Now it's Cap again, who's been all over this Glorpfeed defense. Now it's over there, and it looks like as it is open, and Baba is able to just tap it in with the demo help from Cap.
Beautiful outplays, beautiful pressure, able to just keep so much pressure on that blue side and not allow them to pick up enough boost needed to continue keeping those 50s. Here's Pixel Skills getting pre-jump by Ricer. He's going to fake him under, almost gets it around Ebb too, and also gets the bump as well. Bava passing this mid, but Comfy's going to be able to read it. Pixel Skills 0 boost, but keeps that in. Ebb nearly not able to make that save, but actually gets an amazing touch here. And Comfy now up in the air, tries to get it around 1, and Cap a beautiful pre-jump off that side, while Bava now trying to find a little bit of a play of his own. Ricer going to be able to meet him there first. Pixel Skills, great clear, needs to find that second touch, not able to get it. Ebb should be able to turn for a 50, but he's a bit awkward on that sidewall. Bava tries to come in instead, but not able to get a good shot. And now rolling towards the sidewall, that was nearly open. Cap was in an awkward play, and Comfy's going to be able to find the shot anyways, though. And a tie game yet again here, coming out for Glorpfeed.
A tale all too familiar for these two teams. It looks like that the Glorpfeed just wasn't expecting, or sorry, Hospice just wasn't expecting the pass out, and you saw 2 of them went, and Pixel Skills just wasn't able to save it.
Here's Pixel again, though, on the solo play. Maybe the pitch, and M gets bumped, and that is the response you need if you are Hospice. Absolute control and precision coming out from both Cap and Pixel Skills. Gets the bump on Comfy as well. What a counterplay coming out, and they regain their 1-goal lead.
Absolutely, as Hospice is just able to not only respond immediately, but respond in a very team-efficient way, as that definitely just set the momentum back into their favor, trying to force this game number 5, as just right now both teams trying for the fighting for that middle, as Comfy's not able to get anything over there. Baba gets a clear, and it looks like he's able to get a second touch. Still trying to get it out over there. Ebb just taking his time, waiting. Up on the wall, and that's down. Comfy's just able right there to meet it. Now it's over to Riser, no boost. Now it's over to Cap, not still up. Now it's over to Ebb, off the cross, but unfortunately it was Cap there before it even hit. Now it's up to Cap again, tries to get it past 1, but unfortunately met by one of the Glorpfeed. And now it's Ricer trying to get it over. Both teams absolutely fighting dearly for that midfield.
You can say that again, Scott. Here's a good shot coming out from Bava, gonna be a bit too high, and Pixel Skills finds the read anyway, and an amazing confidence to come out for there. I would not have gone for that shot because Comfy was just so close. You thought he'd get the contact. You thought that fake would be safe, but it isn't there. And Pixel Skills truly carrying Hospice on his back, might I say. And an amazing solo play there coming out from Bava, but I really just have to give kudos to Pixel Skills where it's needed. Here's Comfy, though, has a little bit of a possession, tries to get that shot a bit too high, and Bava gonna be able to get a good touch to that corner. Ebb now trying to find possession of his own. Pixel Skills tries to get in front of him. It's not gonna be perfect. Comfy is able to make that contact, and Bava gets a beautiful beat. This might just be floating in. Comfy, not enough boost to get back there, and Bava on fire right now. 2 goals, 4 shots, and an amazing performance from everybody on this team. It's really awesome to just see how far they've come